Hey Bills Mafia, happy Women's History Month. Maddy Glab here alongside of Carolyn Mirand, who is a content creator, confidence crusader, and a new mom. Thanks so much for coming in studio with us. It's awesome that you are Buffalo based and are right down the street from the Buffalo Bills.
Absolutely, easy ride. It was a beautiful day here, so I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Let's start with the Bills.
Yes.
How did you become a Bills fan?
Born and raised in Buffalo, so I mean, kind of have to be a Bills fan, but I grew up, my mom actually had season tickets all growing up, so when she wasn't at a game, the game was always on the TV, and married a Bills fan. My husband had season tickets, so it's just in our DNA here.
It's in your blood. It's all you know. What would you like to see out of this team this upcoming season? Free agency is a couple weeks away. The draft is right around the corner. So the team's going to be making some moves. What are your hopes for 2024 for this group?
I mean, I think we can all agree we're hoping to see him in New Orleans.
Yes.
I mean, that's all we could do is hope for that. Some
I
good
would
wins.
love that as well. And I think the group is completely capable of doing so. They got to rack up in a couple positions, find some guys through the draft, but I am believing in this team because they've got Josh Allen as their quarterback, and anything can happen with Josh Allen at the helm. Carolyn, let's get into what you do and how you have built an amazing platform. You have a great following on social media. You're a former plus-size model, and one thing that you are about is being a confidence crusader. So what does that mean to you?
Yes, so I'm a self-proclaimed confidence crusader, and you're
I
probably
love it.
like, what does that mean? So my hope and goal with the content that I share and post online is that I am encouraging and inspiring other people to find and build their confidence and figure out what that means to them. And I think by sharing my authentic experiences, my trials, my tribulations, it kind of helps give other people permission to maybe try and fail, but kind of enjoy the journey and be confident and figure out what that means to them.
Well, if you look online, if you look at social media, Instagram, you're posting a lot of lifestyle things, the cutest outfits, you have the cutest family, and it's really fun to follow what you get to do day to day and the things that you come across and find. When it comes to being confident online, what are some pieces of advice for people that struggle with that, especially women? We are celebrating Women's History Month right now, and sometimes women look in the mirror and it's, I don't like this about myself, I don't like that about myself. How have you found confidence?
It's a great question. I think one thing that's really important and helped me kind of reframe it in my head is once I realized that confidence is a journey and not a final destination, we're not going to cross over an imaginary finish line. You know, it's something that we have to work at every single day. I think that's, for me, it's when things kind of started to click. And I wouldn't just magically wake up and be confident. It's something I have to put effort in. And I also think it's important to recognize that everyone at some point or another has dealt with struggling with confidence at one point in their life. So I think understanding that, and another little tip that I like to kind of think about when it comes to like talking to yourself and being confident with yourself is I have two gorgeous little nieces, and I think about saying things to them like I would to myself, and sometimes I would never speak negatively or poorly to them or down on them, and I try to do that to myself as well and try to check myself a little bit whenever I kind of catch myself spiraling or having that negative self-talk day. And you know what, we're as you said, it's always a journey, and we're not always going to have the most perfect, flawless days, but I think recognizing that and being aware of that helps that process.
I love those tips. I love that advice. I'm definitely going to use it for myself as well. Since it's Women's History Month, how do you celebrate, honor, recognize this month?
So I think it's a great time to reflect on all of the achievements and things that women have done in history. And I also think it's a great time to acknowledge kind of how far we've come and how much work we still have to go in towards in regards to women's equality and supporting causes that work towards that.
I love that. You are a new mom. You have the cutest little kid. What have you uncovered about the superpowers that women have once they become mothers?
I think mothers are superhuman. I think if there's the superpower that I have discovered about myself is resilience. I think you don't realize how strong you are until you are put into situations that test your physical, emotional, mental strength, and I think the ability to just figure it out. You know, when we're kind of back against the wall, trying to have to figure it out, you just do, and moms just do. They just get it done.
And you figure it out, and you just do with zero sleep, which is another
Yes.
superpower in and of
Yes.
itself. I'm going to have to go for you to come to you for advice when it comes time for me to become a mother, because it's amazing watching you still be a boss woman and continue to run your business while being such a great mom. One more question for you, since you live in the social media space with how you post and what you do. Social media can become a cruel place. There are some not so happy parts of Instagram and other social platforms out there. What would you like to see out of women when it comes to the not so happy parts of social media?
So the beautiful thing, and sometimes ugly thing, is that the internet is a big place, but it can be a really beautiful place, and there are so many amazing supportive corners of the internet. So I would encourage anyone that if you are on your phone and scrolling and finding yourself comparing yourself, or in a place where it is creating negative feelings, unfollow, or find places and people that bring you joy and make you feel good and confident and inspired. I think it's really important to be aware and curate your own feed. Myself personally, I really try to create a positive, uplifting, welcoming space for people to learn and to make mistakes and trial and error. And I really try to put out that positivity out there that I hope to receive back to me.
Definitely. Carolyn, thank you so much for coming in, sitting down with us. Go ahead and give her a follow on social media. You will not regret it. She is great with what she posts. And we hope to see you here at a Bills game next season.
Thank you. I would love to. Go Bills.
Go Bills.